255. First floor. Go to the second floor.
We watched the family intervention video with Brittany, and then apparently there's somebody in here who says, "Oh, I'm really close friends with Brittany." I was like, "Oh,
okay, makes sense."
Right? And then we watched your video as it relates to the session with the first responders.
Okay, perfect.
So here's what's happening. It's kind of sort of a little, not chaotic, but what I would call chaotic because I'm like super organized. So the other professor is not here yet. So the pizza is like sitting over to the side. So they're like, dang, we really want that pizza. But she has the paper and the napkins, paper plates and napkins. And then the dessert person is already on campus because there's a lot of Women's History Month things going on.
We heard about that.
And so she's just coming from that. And so she'll probably pop up with the, so hopefully you guys can kind of go with the flow. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Jayson, how are you? Good.
Yeah, he just
Oh, really?
snatched him up and told him to get in the car.
Jayson, I appreciate you so much. Well, we do have a gift for you, so I'm glad you came.
She's so sweet.
Luckily they let me get home on time.
Okay.
Yeah, it works out. Go ahead, y'all.
Let's see. So we have like 3 seats kind of sort of right up front.
I'm trying to get some footage.
Oh, okay.
How y'all doing? You going?
I could. Oh, Sean, can you do this for us? Oh, you think you could do it?
How you doing? Got the t-shirt from
Oh, yes.
How you doing? Nice seeing you again. Nice seeing you. How you doing? Yeah. What's up, man? I ain't know how you doing, man. Good, man. Good.
Shirt's looking good, man.
Yeah, food.
Repeat some of the things that I said, just so that the Tylers know kind of where we are in our conversation. But I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about their nonprofit. I didn't do a lot of that. So the Jayson Tyler Foundation was founded in 2024. And again, as I stated earlier, Mr. Tyler is a former Metropolitan District of Columbia police detective. And he really saw the need for more accessible mental health resources in our community. Mr. Tyler is also engaged in other business ventures as well, so I'll let him talk to you more about that later. I am not going to forget about Mrs. Tyler because we know with every successful man there is a and ironically, this is Women's History Month as well, so thank you, Mrs. Tyler, for being here. So again, success is not achieved alone. Mr. Tyler is joined by his phenomenal wife, Mrs. Erana Tyler, who is a wife, a mom of their 3 children, successful businesswoman. So, Ms. Tyler, happy Women's History Month. And then, as a power couple, they have been also giving back to the community in many, many ways, to include their collaboration with an organization in Prince George's County referred to as the Jacob's Ladder Youth Foundation. So, let's give it up for the Tylers.
How's everybody doing? How you want to start, Doc?
You know what? So I've explained to the Tylers that you guys, you watched the video regarding Jayson and Jayson getting accepted to doors, and then you've also seen the video as it relates to Mr. Tyler really kind of helping to uplift mental health and awareness and prevention as it relates to first responders, and then you saw their family intervention. So Mr. Tyler, if you could just kind of start off just telling us again a little bit about yourself. Of course, it's always better to hear it firsthand versus the video. And then Mrs. Tyler, certainly you as well, if you could talk just a little bit about yourself and kind of sort of your journey. How did you guys get to where you are? I just watched your video yesterday, and how initially they wanted you guys to start off on Real Housewives of Potomac. I know, and Mr. Tyler is always like, hey, like, so glad you kind of said like, no, we'll wait for the right opportunity. And so, even talking about that, just in terms of just like the things that you guys are doing, like in the community, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, so I'm Jamie Tyler. grew up in Fort Washington area, people who are familiar with PG County. Anybody here familiar with Friendly High School? Y'all went to Friendly? So, yeah, that's where I went to high school, played basketball, baseball. I should have played football, but I messed my elbow up in Little League. I fractured my elbow, so I left football alone about the 9th grade. Got a lot of offers in baseball, some in basketball. And it's 1991, so, you know, the times were a little different. I was on some other stuff at that time. Missed a lot of opportunities, but I ended up taking courses at PG after high school and playing baseball while I was up there. Shortly after that, opportunity came to work for the federal government. And that's where I met my beautiful wife. 1992. And what year was y'all born? So yeah, that kind of started our journey, 92, 93, before we finally really connected. And stayed there for 5 years, and then started my journey with the DC Police Department. September 97, went to the academy, graduated May of 98, and y'all familiar with like Southwest DC? Yeah. Delaware Avenue, Greenleaf. It's all different now, but in 98, that was a wild little area. Anybody from DC? So they sent me down there as a rookie, sent me right to Delaware, K, Half Street, Old East Side, was way back there, all the way down to the wharf, all the way up to South Capitol Street. Spent about 3 years over there, got into a lot of stuff. Of course, that was like an open age drug market back in those days. So, did pretty well. So they ended up offering me to go to the Narcotics and Special Investigations Division, which was over at 3rd and M Northeast, which is now, you know, the market is and all that. So that was the narcotics building. So once I got there, we did what they call buy bus operations. You guys are, hopefully none of y'all know about that. Undercover officers were sent into the worst neighborhoods in DC to buy drugs. And you heard of Mark Money and the jump outs, come get them. So I was on the jump out. And I did a little bit on the undercover side as well. So I did that for 8 years, from 01 to 08. From there, I made detective. That started my detective journey. People familiar with Southeast 70, send me to 7D. So over there, I'm doing shootings, robberies, domestics, you name it. Thefts, burglaries. So you're doing the general crimes over there. And it's in one of the worst parts of DC, so you know how that must have went. Did pretty well over there, got Detective of the Year in 08, 09, I think. And started getting a little attention from homicide. So I was asked to come to homicide 09, and I turned it down because I felt like those guys just don't have a life. I wasn't ready to give up 48 hours of my life every other day, every call. So I said, nah, y'all, I'm good over here. So fast forward to 12, called again. Now this time I'm tired of 7D, ready to go. So I go to homicide at 12. Worked on a lot of high profile cases, saw a lot of stuff that to this day I'll never forget. From children to women to innocent people, some, you know, knuckleheads, just a lot of tragic events that later, I mean, like she said earlier, which prompted me to worry about mental health first responders, because this stuff it just never goes away. Spent 5.5 years at homicide. I figured I had enough. I said I'm done. Send me back to something Monday through Friday, weekends off, all day work. They sent me to the sex offender registry. So now I'm dealing with sex offenders every day, all day. So I did that for 5 years, ultimately, and then retired in 2022. 25 years. So that's my law enforcement journey. In the meantime of all that, I'm I'm still active in entrepreneurial endeavors as well, which I use, as she saw in my video, I use that to offset the violence I was dealing with daily. So I had a company called J&J Entertainment Group. Started in 2009. Started off as my partner and I just doing networking events after work on Fridays, which turned out to me doing sold out concerts, events in other cities, Vegas, Miami, Charlotte, New York, Texas, you name it. Met a lot of celebrities back in those days, still have relationships with them today. But for me, it was my outlet from the 9 to 5, and got me through a lot of those years. And this year we celebrate 16 years. Outside of that, we had Jayson born in 2000. So if you can imagine someone telling you a child is not going to be able to see, you know, we're like, what you mean? And we had two other, his brother and his sister prior to that. So we're like, what you mean not going to see? So it was devastating. You know, we had to figure it out as young parents. So now that's another load on my mind, her mind. So we had to pivot, and she can talk. When she talks, she had to learn Braille. You know, we had to deal with these IEP people. They're calling, they're coming to the house. You had to teach them how to walk, use the bathroom, eat. And then you imagine teaching a 2-year-old, you know, a sighted 2-year-old, imagine one, they can't see. And then they're up all night, they don't know if it's dark or if it's daylight. So it was tough. Then you gotta imagine, you know, we both were working. My job was stressful. She was a GS-13 in the government. So it's a lot of juggling. She can't just get up and go, oh, let me go get Jayson off the bus. I'm in shootings, but I gotta get that bus. So I'm leaving, and I spoke about it on the video, I'm leaving crime scenes, leaving court, leaving here, leaving there, you name it. Because sometimes I had to go get him. And that bus was gonna pull up, if nobody came, they was gonna keep going, he's going back to school. And they called him, his son is back to school. And she called me, what happened? So it was just a mess. So we just had to do a lot. A lot was going on those years. You know, we try to make it look easy as possible, but I tell it all the time, I said we all got a story. Everybody sees social media, TV, and they think, oh, they just this and this and that. I'm like, nah, there's so much you don't know. You know, and TV doesn't even capture it all. So it's more to my story, but I don't want to talk too much.
You did great.
Very good.
So, unlike Jamie, I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. Dunbar High School. Dunbar High School. Y'all familiar with Dunbar, Northwest Washington, D.C. You know, we always go to war about that. I'm D.C., I'm a D.C. girl, for real. But I was born and raised in D.C., went to Dunbar, got pregnant at 16, well 15, had my daughter, our daughter at 16.
15, right?
I had her at 16. Like I'm pregnant at 15. I'm saying it right now. I can't keep up with ages. Even my age, but I always say, okay, I was pregnant at 15, had Brittany at 16. So I was a high school single mom, I guess. But however, I didn't quit school. And it worked out perfectly for me because I actually had Brittany in June, which was like the summer break for us. I think I was in the 11th grade. And I ended up going back to school in September for senior year. So I never missed out on anything. I was in an honors class, got good grades. I think it was a humanities program at the time. And she was actually at my graduation. She was like 1 or 2 years old, little small little thing. When I walked across the stage, she was right there. And I like sharing that story because there's a lot of single teenage moms out here, and they feel like, you know, the world is over. You know, when you have a baby or, you know, you're young, you can't raise it, you know, you want to go to college, you can't go to college because you got a baby to take care of. And just to know that, the world is not over as you can see me today. I had a great family. I got married to Jamie once we got to the federal government. So I didn't have a degree. You guys stay in school, not, bad mouthing anybody that's in college. However, I was able to go in with experience. Came in as a contractor, and this is where we met in the federal government. And we ended up getting married, and he took good care of my daughter at the time. How old was Brittany?
At that time, she was 5.
5 years old. Today, she's 33. Yes, so he
Somebody
pretty
know
much
Brittany,
raised
right?
her.
Oh, you know Brittany.
My
Yeah.
sisters.
Okay.
Okay.
So he pretty much raised Brittany with me, and then we had the 2 boys after that. Federal government, I was able to reach the ladder to a GS-13 based off experience. Taking a few classes here and there. End up leaving the federal government after, I believe, 16 years of service to become an entrepreneur. And I started doing network marketing. Are you guys familiar with network marketing? I started doing a company which was a health and wellness company called It Works Global. You ever heard of It Works? Okay, so I did It Works Global for 5 years. I was able to climb the ladder to a high, I guess it was a high level called Ambassador Diamond. I was the second African American in the entire company to reach that level. Yes, female. After It Works Global, I ended up transitioning over to a new company called Melaleuca. You ever heard of Melaleuca? It's also a wellness company as well. I did like 5 years in Melaleuca. Also did well, built a team, helped a lot of single moms, single dads, people who needed extra income to put food on the table, take care of their homes. So that went well. And I ended up leaving Melaleuca, and I opened a gym, which was nothing, it wasn't on my dream board. I didn't think I was gonna ever be into like fitness, because in high school, I hated working out. I hated going to the gym. I even hated changing my clothes to go to the gym. So opening a gym was just something new for me. I had the gym, a fitness center for maybe two or 3 years. I closed it down due to COVID. Don't say, oh, I was so excited to close it. I was so excited because I was the only owner of the gym. It was hard trying to maintain the gym. I had trainers who would rent from me, to use the facility, to have classes. I would have young female girls that would do like dance classes. I had personal trainers who would rent from me to train their clients. But it was really, everything was on me. If we're out of tissue paper, they would call me. I'm like, well, you just went past the store. Why you couldn't just grab a $2 roll of tissue? Some of the ladies that would rent this facility from me would lose the keys late at night. I would have to get out my bed and, go unlock the door with the extra spare key. It was just so much on me. Cleaning, after COVID, cleaning expenses. It was just really a lot. So I was so glad when COVID came and they shut the gyms down. So I never reopened after that. So once it was shut down, I never opened. I also started an online boutique, and this was all during like COVID. Do you all have like hobbies or different businesses that you created during COVID time? Yeah, we needed the money because a lot of businesses and things were closed. So if you started something, that's great. So I started an online boutique. I created a boutique, created the website in like 24 hours. Just like when I put my mind up to something, I run with it. And I'm not gonna, finish until it's done. Create the website, the name, got my LLC, everything organized, order clothes for the boutique, and I still have that boutique today. What else did I do? I did so much. We started real estate. My husband and I, we started real estate. We're real estate investors. We're still doing that today, where we go out, we look for distressed homes. We reach out to, owners if they're ready to sell their homes, if they owe a lot of taxes and they can't keep up with the taxes. We buy the homes from them and then we resell them for a profit, or we may fix them up and then resell it that way and make a profit. I do credit repair. I have a long laundry list of things. So if you have people who have bad credit that are in the process of looking to buy homes and their credit is not where it needs to be, they call me. I work with a lot of lenders, I work with a lot of realtors, and that process is still going on today. So I have my hands pretty full. I'm helping my husband also with his foundation. I'm the one that actually helped him create and did the paperwork for the foundation. But you know, when he mentioned something to me and say, hey, this is an idea, this is what I want to do, I helped him, you know.
Now, I will say, like Doc said, behind every great man is a great woman.
Yes.
I could not do none of this without her.
Right.
Yeah, so
I'm
it's
talking
like,
about,
Absolutely.
I met her when I was 20. I'll be 52 in a couple months. So.
and the same thing with him. Like when I come up with these ideas, you know, he's very supportive. He's behind me 100%. So when he has these ideas, I'm like, okay, what do we need to do? I'm real good working behind the scenes, getting the paperwork and everything done. So I was working with actually a really good couple of ours, friends of ours who already had their foundation up and running. So they were able to advise us on what needs to be done, the paperwork that needs to be done. We got everything set up, and he's still working with this couple today, Jacob's Ladder. So every first Saturday of the month, we get together on a Saturday, along with Lean on Us Unity. It's two young ladies that provide diapers and food for those who are in need, especially single moms who need diapers. So that's every first Saturday of the month. We get up 9 to 12 in Temple Hills, and we hand out free diapers, as many as you need. And you'd be amazed of how many people that come through that line every first Saturday.
And a lot of them don't look like us. And I'm like, why y'all not taking advantage? Everybody too cool. But then Hispanic lined up 4 blocks long every Saturday. And I just don't understand it. When we share it every day in our newsletter, social media, but I don't know.
And okay, can I finish?
She got some lungs on her, y'all.
I don't, but I just have so much that I want to share. Outside of the community work, I also do a every other month vendor event for small businesses to give them some exposure so that they can make money, extra money. And we do that. We have like over 25 vendors that participate. Mentally Fit, they're one of our vendors as well. We have food, we have the 360, we have female DJ, we have a really good time, and we normally do it, like I said, every other month, and we do it from 3 to 6. Lots of, great vendors, like I said, clothes, candles, anything you could think of, food, drinks, they're all there, and I love that because we can, give back to the community as well. And then help those, small businesses that come, to our location. So that's a good thing as well. And then I'm also a brand ambassador.
I was gonna get to all this later.
So I have 3 companies actually that I'm working with. I have a skincare line called I Know Skincare. I'm a brand ambassador for that, and I'm also the wig line that I have. It's called Kira Dior. She's a salon owner, and she does my hair. She's been doing my hair since she was 18 years old, so it's been like 10 years. So I have my own wig collection that I started. I don't know if you guys watched the show, but I did a wig launch on the show. We have like 10 different wigs, different styles, different colors, and that's going really well too. So what else do we have? The champagne. So Jamie and I, we have the champagne called Imperial 202.
I love it.
You like it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm real excited. So it's really good to you. So Jamie and I have the Imperial 202. We're brand ambassadors, so we're not owners, but we're like the face of it. And it's a DC brand. It's a Black-owned business. And that's active currently right now. So we do tastings like every. You like it?
I love it.
I know y'all got phones. Imperial202.com. Just put it in. Every location is having it pop up. Some of them have our cardboard cutouts in them, so you might see them in some stores.
But we, look, how long have we been brand ambassadors for Imperial 202?
Since like December last year.
In December, and a lot of you may not have heard about Imperial 202 until we came on board. He picked us for a reason. One, we was on a reality TV show, and also we have a huge following on social media. And then we have the look that he wanted, and we're both from, well, I'm from DC. He pretends to be from
He protected the city.
Yeah, in DC.
I come from an era, born in the 70s, you didn't want to brag about DC in the 80s. My peers were getting killed, and then my family was like, yeah.
You're right, back then, you're right, it was bad. But it's great to be in DC.
And I'm just gonna add, we both are actors. Yes, that's reality though. She's appeared in, I don't want to stop her again. You could say the movies you've been in.
I was in Trophy Wife, which is BET. What else? Oh, Double Cross, which was on WeTV and now on Stars. Have you guys heard of Double Cross? It's a drama series. So I was in season 3. I was in episode 1 through 6. They killed me off. Sad. And the funny thing about that is so I had to fly out to LA to film, and we were out there for like a week. And before we went out, they had actually like remade my body. You know, I had to send them like pictures of my nails, my hair, and they did a fake body figure or something because they had to show me being killed. They kind of like sliced my neck. Y'all like, And the producers was sending me pictures of them holding my head. Oh my God. This was before I even went to LA, before I even got there. They was like, look at you. Oh, no. Taking pictures, smiling, like throwing up producers. I was like, oh, y'all are terrible. So I guess what they do is they film backwards, because they had to do that scene first. And then I came into LA and we started shooting then. And I was like, that's so messed up. So those are the only 3.
Yeah, no, we've appeared in, Jayson and I actually appeared in All In. That's on BET Plus. Secrets. We all have an appearance, but Rain and I have an appearance in that. I'm in First Lady of BMF. Y'all familiar with that? On BET Plus. I have a scene in that, 2 scenes in that. I'm in a show called Conspirators that's on now. I'm in episode 2 and 3. We did a little hood joint back in the day. If you want to see it, it's called Boss 2. It's on there somewhere. It's probably on 2. It's on there. We was young, we didn't know no better. That's enough about us, but my motivation, I don't know about her, but mine keep me going. I'm going to introduce y'all to Jayson. This is the youngest in charge of the Tylers. What's up, Jayson?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
What's up, Jayson?
I look good. I sound
Jayson.
Now, ladies, be careful.
y'all ready to party and get mingle or something? So, first of all, I'm Jayson, and the youngest of 3 in these 2. This one and this one. 24, blind since birth. But you know, that don't stop me from doing nothing. Like you said, like my dad was saying, you know, growing up as a newborn blind person, it is challenging when you're born. You gotta learn how to read Braille. You gotta learn how to use your cane like this. Like this. Well, right between that, I had to learn how to do that. And it was tough. I was in elementary school. Y'all familiar with Potomac Landing? That was the childhood school back then. Me and my brother, we all went to that school, and the cousins. That was